people run into your shows that like would never have come to a show before.
I was not expecting it, like, because I thought it was like a festival where you like get a wristband and you go in and you're there.
I'm from Iceland, and this is like Icelandic summertime full blown.
So it's really great to be in nice weather.
Seeing all the cowboy boots everywhere.
We have no idea what we're going to play tonight.
But the festival has been good for me, it's been bad for me, and it's been everything in between.
Go see bands that you'll never see again. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about experiencing something new.
I had heard it was crazy, and I understand that.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
A gente gosta do lema da cidade, que é Keep Austin Weird.
Everywhere you go, you're at South by.
I haven't stopped smiling since we came here.
Champeta la lata. HBO.
Everybody just says the traffic is terrible and there's a lot of people, and I was like, that doesn't even sound fun, but it is so fun.
This is like my favorite festival I think I've been to because I love the hustle and the bustle. Bouncing from one venue to the next is really cool.
People seem really excited.
Most people hate that. I love that she loves that. She's such a New Yorker. I'm like, oh, we have to walk 18 blocks to another show? She's like, this is amazing. I'm like, my feet hurt.
O Festival de Música de South by Southwest é conhecido por sua grande variedade. Artistas de diversos países e estilos musicais. Novos talentos e nomes já consagrados.
I always wrote songs as a kid. I started writing them at school. Started playing piano at 7 and writing songs at 14. I felt like my friends were all living these like exciting lives and beginning their sort of like adulthood, and I was still just like frying chips and like grilling chicken. And so I started to go out all the time, like by myself, and I used to go and see shows constantly. Yeah, I just became really immersed in the music scene and the local music scene in London.
I kind of got hit with music when I was about 5. And then years later, we were driving in the car and I would sing all the time. And my parents said, that's it, no more singing. And so I put my head out the window so they couldn't hear me, and I would sing out the window. We would be driving down the freeway at like, you know, like 80 kilometers, you know, and I would be singing out the window. Little did they know that someday I'd be buying them a pool. Yeah, enjoy your beach house, Mom and Dad.
I played piano for like small showcases and stuff, and I saw drummers play, and I wanted to play drums.
I've been playing since the age of 3, and now I'm 11, so yeah. So that's like basically my whole life. That we're just going to like random Monday night open mic, and I saw him come out. And I was like, bro, I seen you on like the internet and stuff, so we should really link up. So I got his number, and we just linked up, and we had a whole band called the Drummies. I heard him play, and I was like, yeah, we gotta just get together and play. So, and my dad started playing tracks. One day I went to his house, and we just made music off of it. It's kind of like weird because we can't go to a lot of things because it's like 21 and up.
We have a lot of friends who are playing, and we can't get in.
And they're looking at us like, what are y'all doing, kid?
Right.
I never really like had a starting point of singing. I think I just loved it so much that I was always singing, and I had to be like shushed because I would never stop. So it was kind of always in my head, and I started writing around 11. And honestly, like writing, I didn't really do it for any reason other than getting my feelings out because I had no idea how to, and I had a lot, so I just was like, I'm gonna just write them all down and then I'm gonna sing them because why not?
Now I know we could have done it better.
You don't have to be in love with someone to write a song about being in love. You don't have to hate someone to write a song about hating someone. You can just do it because it's fun and there's no like rules really. So.
It was originally part of an art project that we put together, and then it evolved to this band. And it's a really nice thing to start it out as something that we were testing the grounds with, and then suddenly it was something that we actually wanted to continue on, and we cared about, and we're excited to do more. Yeah, it's fun when you go on stage and people are like expecting something, and then they see a bunch of chicks rocking out, which they did not expect. And that is sort of taking this idea of a dream wife that doesn't exist. It's a 1950s kind of idea which never existed.
This is my face.
I definitely think feminism has progressed. I mean, when I first started, I was like one of the only female pop stars really talking about it. I remember a journalist saying to me, "Are you comfortable talking about this? Because a lot of like artists aren't." And now you have like Beyonce with feminists scrolling behind her and Taylor Swift talking about feminism, and like it's in TV a lot more and just part of popular culture, which is really great. And I think that that's also evolved feminism because now we really have to focus on like intersectionality and making sure that feminism is for everybody, for diverse groups, and not just like one woman's tale.
One thing that I've noticed just from kind of like browsing through the guide is that there seems to be like quite a lot of bands that are really diverse, like racially, culturally, women, LGBTQ, and that is, to me, is just like that's how every festival should be.
I'm all for diversity, you know. I think that it's the cornerstone of where beautiful art comes from. If only gay people made art, it'd get a little boring. If only black people did art, it'd get a little boring. You know, if only Latin people did art, it'd get a little... It's about us all coming together, offering what we can and what we're inspired by, and that's what makes something so beautiful. I used to be like really big on gay rights. I feel like we sort of climbed that mountain, at least in America. Attention has shifted from gay rights to more of just like an inclusion of all people. I think if you're gonna fight for who you are, you've gotta fight for your brother and your sister.
A gente está num momento político, social, que não dá mais para você ficar em cima do muro. Os artistas estão recomeçando a aproveitar os espaços para falar de suas lutas, assim. Quando a gente fala de amor, não importa a minha cor, a minha opção, de qualquer coisa da minha vida. Eu tô falando de amor e a outra pessoa que é completamente diferente de mim também sente isso, também sente amor. Já não quero mais saber de dela, dessa novela, precisa remontar. Remontar o amor.
No Remonta, como é um disco que eu já estava há muito tempo escrevendo, comecei com 16. e fui terminar com 21, eram coisas que me atravessavam muito, eram coisas que hoje eu canto ressignificando e que, sabe quando dá aquela vontade, tipo, mas isso já não é meu, eu já consegui resolver algumas coisas, então tenho vontade de cantar algo novo. Mas todas as letras, elas são muito íntimas, falam de relações que eu tive, acho que as pessoas se sentem próximas dela porque elas são muito do cotidiano de cada um.
This is the first show that we do out our country. It's alright.
Tava todo mundo muito ansioso, eu acho. E aí quando a gente chegou, viu todo o pessoal do festival ali curtindo, todas as bandas assistindo o show, foi muito importante pra gente. E a nossa banda, por mais que a gente chegue nesse resultado, que é essa música swingada, essa música brasileira, essa música cheia de textura, cada um em si tem muita referência diferente. E acho que essas referências se encontram num lugar que é onde a gente constrói o que a gente chama de funze.
Me llamo Amarilo. My name is Yellow. From Pete and the Planet. We are a band called Pete and the Z. Pete and the Z. 1, 2, 3.
We kind of came up in the music scene in the 90s in San Francisco, and there was a lot of kind of divergent scenes going on, and I wasn't really part of any of them. I never felt like I was part of a scene, and San Francisco at the time allowed you to have the creativity because you could be poor. You could take that vow of poverty there and live with 7 roommates in like one little flat and just work on your music. We were sort of the last band to really come out of the San Francisco music scene. I think the world looks at the United States and think that we must have gone insane. There's no way that any of these ideas of like, you know, banning whole cultures of people in this fake name of safety and telling people where they can go to a bathroom, like this side of like inclusion and open free society, which is like the foundation of what the United States is about, will ultimately come through this incredibly dark period that we're in the United States.
We're all immigrants. We're immigrants in North America, and we're celebrating, you know, the diversity that should be here.
We started gathering different criminal underworld songs, all from the same time period, 1930s, all from around the world, and there were tons in folk music from that time, because it was tough times, and people had to do what they had to do to make a little extra money. Gangsta rap has the exact same lyrics. We started off basically a bunch of punks who didn't know how to play any world music, and we got good at it, and then real world music, fabulous musicians started to join our band because we got good enough.
Una gran mezcla de tipos de música, sí.
We steal other people's tunes, straight up. Yeah. These are all songs that were written in the 20s and 30s. Like the song we sang there, Por Morfina y Cocaína, was about like the smugglers during the, you know, Prohibition era in Mexico. Yeah, it's like an anthropological nerd project.
We are a band. We play a little bit music, like 10% music, 90% what we're gonna do. We do the human bowling, we do the jumping rope, we are dancing like this. I wanna make you happy. That is the Pete and the Z.
Lately I ain't feeling like myself. I've been walking around, head to the ground, mad as hell.
I spent years singing background with John Legend. After a while, when I gained my confidence, I decided that I wanted to break away and try to become a full-time songwriter. I got in my car and I drove 14 hours. I went to see this executive on Music Row in Nashville, Tennessee. I went there and I met with this man and I was playing him my music, and I looked over to the left and there was a photograph, and I asked him, who took that picture? I want to know the person. And he said, oh my my God, it's this girl. Her name is Callie. She's from the Mississippi Delta. She's just like you. She's on a journey. And he introduced us.
Talking about like where we were from, the North and the South. What was your childhood like? What's your family like? So that was the most fun too, is getting to blend those worlds, those stories, and those, you know, musical styles all into a record. It was really cool.
If I had judged her and said, I don't have anything in common with a girl who has been spending time on a farm and hunting and has a life that I have no idea what it's like, and if she had did the same, then we wouldn't have had this opportunity to make this beautiful music together and have this wonderful friendship and have our families combine and experience the power of the combination of the two of our voices.
Indian, first generation. So I like to think that there's kind of a Celtic and Indian influence. I talk a lot about searching for meaning and searching for belonging. A half waif is someone who actually has many homes, not no homes, but they have many homes. So I feel like I belong to everywhere and nowhere all at once. Would not be here if my mother was not able to come to the U.S. as a refugee in the 1970s.
Excuse me. Re-edit. Cheers, how y'all going with the Rumjacks from Sydney, Australia? It's great to be here. Kind of music for the people, you know. In Australia, like, there's a huge Irish and Scottish community from like immigrants that have come out and whatnot. So it's quite easy to kind of find those communities throughout Australia and whatnot. So. When you're a bit younger and you look through your parents' record collection and whatnot, and you're kind of like, this is the worst shit I've ever heard in my life, and then you kind of like rebel against them, and then you do your thing, and then you kind of get to a point or an age where you appreciate that.
They might sound really different, folk and punk, right? But folk music kind of comes from people's stories, songs from, you know, just what they do, their daily lives. Punk rock kind of grew out of an urban sense of that, so the two of them kind of come together quite well.
It's not like there's an us and them attitude, you know. You're kind of like, if you're good enough, you're good enough.
I was working in a clothing shop in New York City. A friend of mine called me and said, Johnny, I know you love to make music. I think you can do that. In order for you to do that, you need to leave New York City because it's too distracting for you. You're drinking too much, you're partying too much. And so I moved to Florida. People say to me all the time, you know, I heard a song, I said, that can only be the drums. Because it is a very specific sound. I don't actually know how to play guitar, but I play it anyway. Had I taken lessons and learned at a school how to play guitar, we'd have a very different feel. I think it's not knowing that kind of gives it its own energy.
My parents are very musical and it's been a part of our family, but in 4th grade, I heard the strings for the first time, and I really, really liked it. And so the next year, we had a chance to join orchestra, and I took the music listening test, and I did very well. And the teacher was very open to helping me learn how to play a different way. And so she helped me experiment until we could figure out how I could play a violin. And that was really when my passion for music started to take hold. And the more that you do it, I think the more you realize that the potential is infinite. And so it grows and grows. The passion for it gets bigger and bigger. The music that I write and that I play is not specifically about disability, but I realized when I was able to start touring and talking to different people that a lot of people don't know much about the barriers but still face people with disabilities. The biggest thing that it's allowed me to do is also things like this, like talk to different reporters and different things, to just kind of spread the idea that disability is not necessarily a negative thing, and then my disability makes me who I am, so I don't see it as a bad thing because I am happy with who I am. You know what I mean? I think I am drawn to this idea that life is both beautiful and difficult and happy and sad at the same time. And there's like a tension between joy and sorrow, but it's not like you can't have one without the other.
Country is definitely making a comeback. Americana as a genre, like it's making a pretty strong comeback. And I've been doing this for 7 years now. Like I've been doing it for a long time. So it's not just like a fad or a craze or like a phase for me. Like it's something that's I feel like is really part of who I am and something I plan to do for a long time. I live and work in a town where there's a lot of music. There are several music venues, and one of the things that we've kind of been struggling with is making spaces for women, for transgender folks, for members of the LGBTQ community and minorities to like come and like express themselves and show their art, speak their truth, and feel like they're in a safe space and a welcoming environment. I think that the music industry is pretty strife with sexism, and it can be really difficult for a woman to be taken seriously because there are a lot of guys that just look at you and they're like, oh, you're a woman, like, are you the merch girl? And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm here to sing. This is my space tonight. Like, sorry. I think it was already kind of tough. And then when I started seeing like the way that things went, I felt like it's okay to be tougher.
I don't believe, but if I did, I'd be a true believer. Yes, I would.
La música que yo hago es eclectic, ¿no? Tiene influencias de toda la música que me encanta, ¿no? Entonces hay un poco de influencia brasilera, hay un poco de influencia de soul, por ejemplo, de Al Green o Stevie Wonder o Donny Hathaway. Hay jazz, ¿no? Y flamenco. Me gusta toda la música de las raíces de las culturas. Eso es lo que le da vida nueva a la música. Es la diversidad. Es cuando viene una persona de Latvia o de cualquier lugar y viene a Estados Unidos y dice, yo quiero unir esto con esto. Yo quiero poner un poco de rock and roll con la música de Rusia.
yellow.
I'm peel on the green. I will peel on the purple.
I'm peel on the pink.
What is that? What is that?
Pink.
We are no human beings. I can make a kiss with my smile. But this is not costume. This is our skin. Can you believe it?
Que pensemos despacio, queramos deprisa y caminemos con la frente alta. Incluso en este justo momento en que nada ocurre, calma blanca, ropa de cama de hotel.
Allí nos encontramos Gato y yo, y llevaba yo tiempo ya queriendo cambiar de rumbo, por lo menos mi trabajo musical, que hasta el momento era de cantautor, de música de autor, y empezaba a grabar cosas en mi casa de pop rock, multiinstrumental. Se lo comenté a Gato y al volver a Madrid buscamos al resto del grupo por anuncios en internet. El grupo se puede decir que nace y crece en internet, porque después las redes sociales fueron las que hicieron un boca a boca espectacular en España.
Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye. Do I look the same? Do I look the same?
We make stuff in the afternoon, then we mix it at night, and it would be possible to put it on the internet the next day.
Y desde las primeras 10 que vinieron a vernos hasta esas 16.000, todo se ha movido por puro boca a boca, por puro boca a oído, compartiendo links en redes sociales, YouTube, Spotify.
And then MySpace music really changed my life because it made music so accessible. It made it really easy for me to discover new music.
Así es como hemos conseguido dedicarnos a lo que nos gusta, que es la música.
And it prompted me to put my music online.
Also on SoundCloud, you can see where people are from who are listening to your music. That's such a cool thing.
A lot of people in Brazil likes us.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen some listeners in Brazil, and we've never been.
O público que a gente vai criando dentro dessas plataformas, nós estamos tomando um espaço que antes era dominado pelas grandes gravadoras e tudo mais.
I would not be sitting here right now, and I would not be making new records if it wasn't for my Latin American fans.
Querendo me derrubar. Grato meu coração, e disso eu não abro mão. Passo meu banho canção, Dani vem maquiar.
We are Piranda Z, and we are at the South by Southwest, and you are watching HBO Latin America!
Confira também as novidades do cinema e tecnologia em South by Southwest em mais 2 programas exclusivos só aqui na HBO Plus. Fique ligado!